Guys, welcome to part 2 of our epic Comic-Con coverage. If you missed part 1, it featured a lot of boobs. Yeah, some crazy cosplay hijinks. Click here if you want to see it, or just sit back and wait because we got some cool stuff right now. You can watch it after this episode. So guys, there was a lot of big news at Comic-Con. There was Batman, Superman news, there was X-Men news, but something that got me really excited was the Avengers 2 news. Joss Whedon took the stage and revealed the title, Avengers 2, The Age of Ultron. I brought in a couple of our good friends to school me, give us a little info about Ultron. First, he is the head Mad Monster at madmonster.com, Eben McGarr.
Glad to be here.
He's the writer of Torso and Manhunter, Mr. Mark Andreyko.
Good to see you, Hal.
Let's say you're talking to a baby. What is Ultron?
A crucial part of Ultron's genesis is Hank Pym. Most people know him as Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Hank Pym was a scientist who invented first a shrinking gas that made him be able to shrink sizes. He was Ant-Man first, then he became Giant Man. His wife was the Wasp, and they were actually two of the original Avengers. Ultron is artificial intelligence. Hank Pym created a robot with his brain patterns, and it became sentient. As it gradually evolved, it became a very high-powered villain.
How awesome is Ultron? How much ass can it kick?
Well, Ultron's a great villain. He's made of adamantium, the same material that Wolverine's metal is made out of, and internally he's a nuclear reaction. It's potentially a pretty terrifying villain, which surprises me that they're going that way with Disney being the producer of this, because, you know, the Marvel Studios movies so far have had a little bit of edge, but Ultron could be absolutely terrifying.
Ultron is like Syndrome's robot and the Borg had
Skynet.
a baby. And it is a classic science fiction trope of artificial intelligence going wrong.
From Forbidden Planet to Terminator, yeah.
2001, the computer, what's the computer's name?
HAL?
Yes. What do we think's going to happen in Avengers 2?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know, it's going to be an example of them inadvertently creating a monster and then having to deal not just with the repercussions of what the monster does, but the guilt and the public perception of what they've unleashed on the city. It's like having another Hulk running around.
Evan, you mentioned this is kind of a bittersweet announcement. Mm-hmm. What's up?
Well, see, Ultron is integral to the Hank Pym character, which is why it's just such better material for an Ant-Man film.
Makes sense.
Except that they're omitting him from Avengers 2. I'm hoping this is misdirect or just some kind of shenanigans on the part of production. But if they remove Hank Pym from Ultron's origin, this is going to be a huge letdown.
They're just taking the name Age of Ultron, but it's not the same story.
You know, you could keep it as a mystery. You can keep a standalone Ant-Man film by having them introduce Ultron, try to figure out who the hell this guy is, and then you find it's based on this guy's brain patterns. And then a separate film, who is this guy?
Here's a quote from Whedon. We're doing our own Ultron origin story. Hank Pym is not in the movie. And he finishes by saying, tough shit. I'm just kidding, he didn't say that. So there's some mixed thoughts here, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty excited. What about DC? What do we think about this Batman Superman news?
It's like building a mansion on marshland. You know, if you're going to build off that Man of Steel film, no interest. No interest.
Yeah, it does seem like they're skipping a step.
I completely disagree.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big proponent of Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel was a great way to reboot the franchise. Yes, it's a flawed movie, but every movie has its flaws. The stuff that worked for me in Man of Steel worked so well that I was willing to overlook some of the other stuff. I will say I'm a little nervous they're not doing a Superman 2 before they do Superman Batman, because the stuff that people know is Clark Kent at the Daily Planet and Metropolis, and you have a great opportunity to get a little bit lighter, because the biggest complaint with Man of Steel is it's a bit dour, it's a bit dark. So I want to see Clark.
So let's lighten it up with The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
DC seems to be rushing this.
Marvel has them chasing their tail. That's what it is. I mean, I would have preferred George Miller's aborted attempt where they were just going to do a Justice League film, trust that your audience has grown up on the Super Friends and every incarnation of Justice League. We really don't need another origin thing. If you just said, here's a dude who hangs out with fish, here's an alien in a cape, and here's Batman. We know these characters. Best thing they could do is just get Nolan the hell away from this. I mean, he thinks, he has to apologize for the source material.
I don't agree at all. I think that the problem.
Dark Knight Rises, that was terrible.
I disagree. You
didn't like Bane?
Well, I'm not very interested in this guy you can't understand, Swedish.
You sound like that was kind of the Swedish chef from the Muppets.
That's what he sounded like to me.
Dude, I love Bane. Do you like Bane? Bane is badass. You have my permission to stop talking negatively about Bane.
Very good.
We agree that they're rushing a little bit into Batman versus Superman. Who do we trust more, Joss Whedon or Zack Snyder?
I vote none of the above. I mean, they both Look, I'm impressed with
Has
what
Joss
both.
Whedon failed us?
You're like the comic store guy from The Simpsons.
Even if it's coming a little too quick, I'm super excited for Batman vs. Superman. What movie are you more excited for? Avengers 2, The Age of Ultron, or Batman vs. Superman? Leave an answer in the comments section below. Tell us why. Best answer gets a Screen Junkies t-shirt. And don't forget to watch part 1 of our Comic-Con coverage that features just ridiculous crap from Comic-Con. So much cool stuff. I want to thank Cinnamon Out from Best Buy, and I also want to thank our awesome guests for talking comics with us, Eben Magar and Mark Andraco. Thank you for watching Screen Junkies. I'm Hal Rudnick. Bye-bye.